Chief of Police for the City of Peculiar. I've been there about a year and a half now. Prior to that, I was in the city of Raymore for 20 years as an officer there. So it's my 22nd year in law enforcement. Pretty much the only job I've ever known. I started when I was 21 years old. So had the opportunity to apply for a chief of police position when I was in Raymore, not thinking that it would actually happen. And then the next thing you know, they were offering me the position. So kind of fell into my lap through means that I wasn't expecting. But we are trying to do a lot of positive things in Peculiar. We're doing a lot more community interaction than we ever have before, trying to form a more strong partnership with our community as opposed to just being the police. We have a very strong social media presence that we've enhanced since I've been there. We've put a completely different command structure in place than we had before. Before our structure was very flat. We've put a lot more layers into it. We've added 2 officers since I've been there. We are hoping to add 2 more in the next fiscal year. We have been fully staffed for the last year, which is more than a lot of police departments can say. So while we are full staffed, we are still understaffed. We still need more officers. We just don't have funding for those positions. So that's one of the things we're trying to explore and accomplish in the next coming year. So as far as the city of Peculiar goes, our big push right now is just we're facing something of an identity crisis where we have a lot of folks who want to keep it small town feel and don't want to see more business come to the city, whereas others want to see more business come to the city. So it's kind of a lot of this going on. So we're kind of facing an identity crisis. And I think once we can resolve that and figure out which direction we really want to go, I think we'll be headed that way. We've got a lot of prime land and that's good for development and commercial business to grow there if that's the way we choose to go. Or there's a lot of other options for us too. So, a lot of staff turnover. Pretty much every staff position at City Hall has turned over in the last year. With a new city administrator, that's kind of a given. A lot of changes. Some folks that wanted to stay, some folks that wanted to go and explore opportunities elsewhere. But I believe we have a good board of aldermen. We have a good city staff that we're working with now. We're in probably the best position we've been in for as long as I can remember. So, be happy to take any questions.
Where were you born? Where were you raised?
Oh, right here, Cass County.
Right here in
I grew up in Belton.
Belton?
I've been here my whole life. So.
Oh, all right. So when you're 21, you think, I'm looking for a career.
Right.
I'll go sign up and see what.
Well, it's kind of funny the way it all panned out. So I was 18, 19 years old, didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Tried college, that didn't work out at first. Working at a guitar store over in Belton, and a guy came in every day on his lunch break and played guitar by the name of Roger Mayberry. He's a captain over at Raymore at the time. He was a sergeant. Came in and played guitar every day, and I said no. I just struck up conversations with him every day, and eventually I thought, well, I'll ask him what happened. Tell me about what you do for a living. So he talked me into going on some ride-alongs, and it was kind of straightening down that path thereafter. And I went to the academy, and it turns out the job I ended up getting was in Raymore. So. Yeah.
So the married, kids, family.
Yep. Married for 24 years. Later this month, we'll be married 24 years. Got 2 kids. One grown is a sophomore now at MU. My youngest is a junior and at Raypec. So.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
And Peculiar gets to use those musical talents all the time. So Shepard's in the band, and when we've had Tailgate Festival and Harvest Moon Festival, it has been awesome to get to hear the band. So
yeah, music's been one of the oldest things that I've been doing since I was 12 years old. I play in a 3-piece band with a couple other cops and do solo stuff too. So yeah, just as a side gig.
Yeah.
Well, we heard from Mickey that there's a lot of growth coming, family side. Homes being built, lots being prepared, which makes it like in Raymore, which we've been dealing with for years, like you guys are starting to, about your police department, all the things you're going to need for growth, for the impact of the families and people coming. So, but he saw thousands of plots are looking into basically single family homes, families. So that's something I know weighs on you to figure out, you in the city, how do we grow funding, our budgets.
Right.
So you see that coming.
A lot more rooftops coming. Yeah. A large number of those residences being built are going to be for rent, not for sale. So that brings with it a whole separate set of challenges, and we've done a lot of things over the past 6-8 months to really strengthen our ordinances when it comes to landlord-tenant kind of things, so that we don't have a bunch of slums. And we have a couple of particular streets that we've put a lot of focus on and trying to clean those areas up and displace some of the criminal element. You don't really ever stop them, but you can certainly displace them somewhere else. But that's kind of the best you can hope for. We're working on that. Like you said, with a lot of rooftops coming, we'd like to see, at least from our point of view, we'd like to see a little bit more commercial to help kind of shed that tax burden a little bit. We do have a public safety sales tax in Peculiar that was passed in 2018. It's a 1/2 cent sales tax that really adds a lot to our budget. So any commercial growth at all is going to help us tremendously in the city.
What's the biggest crime problem facing Peculiar right now?
I don't know that we have all. I'd say it's the same as anywhere. Stealing, we have a lot of thefts from motor vehicles. Lots of people see that. A lot of it's just car doors left unlocked. We have some motor vehicle theft. We have quite a few gas stations and convenience stores right on the interstate, and anytime, especially in these cold months when we have people that'll pull in there and run inside real quick. I mean, it's really easy to steal a car and jump right back on the interstate and hit the road. We do have quite a bit of transient population that comes and stops in there, and that's kind of who's responsible for that a lot of the time, but not all the time. Other than that, we have our domestic issues, domestic disturbances, and those kinds of things. Yeah.
You mentioned your staff is completely full. How many officers do you have currently?
So we have 12 full-time sworn and 3 reserves right now. Ideally, we should be closer to 15, 16, but like I said, it takes funding. So, one of the things that I do part-time also is I teach at the Blue River Police Academy in Independence. I've been doing that for 15 years, just as a side gig. So when we need people, I can draw straight from the well, which is really handy. So.
What was the biggest surprise from switching from Raymore to Peculiar?
That I had no idea what I was doing. That was probably the highest I ever was at Raymore was a sergeant. So going straight, skipping all of the other administrative positions, going straight to chief, there was that learning curve was vertical. But after a year and a half, I kind of know what I'm doing. We're kind of getting there. But one thing that was great is I did have a lot of support, a lot of help. I could reach out to other chiefs that I knew, other administrators that I knew. Just because I left doesn't mean they slammed the door on me. So I've reached out for quite a lot of help over the last year and a half. So.
Well, we gotta remember, you're a sergeant, but a sergeant in the police department in the years you have, people understand, there's a lot that falls into your plate every day.
Absolutely.
You had great lieutenants and captains, chief to draw from in Raymore, training, and when you went there, you had all that backing. We were glad to see you promote up. We were very happy, and we knew you'd do a good job from Raymore. But you had that support, but you had the knowledge of 20 years, and being all the way up to the sergeant rank is not always easy.
Right.
So we do give you credit for that, and that's why you were such a great fit. And I've talked to a number of people in Peculiar, your city managers, your people, and some other people. And then all I get is a good from you. Our police chief is fantastic. He changed a lot of things. He's made everything go into the future. So give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing a great job from your experiences, and we're really proud of that. The Peculiar needed that. They did.
Where's your band play?
All over the place. We play at a couple different places in Peculiar, and then in Martin City, and Lake Lotawana, and Lee Summit. Yeah.
What's the name of the
name
band?
of it? Yeah.
The Heat.
Name of the band?
The Heat. It's all started by all cops. So yeah.
What do you play?
Guitar.
Oh, okay.
Guitar.
They're
How
very
many-
good.
Yeah. How many in the band?
3.
3 of you?
Yep.
3 of you?
Who are they?
Well, the bass player is Sean Hornbeck. That
Of
was
course.
just retired from Belton PD.
Yep.
And then drummer used to be a guy by the name of Bill Peak. He worked for Belton PD too, but
Uh-huh.
he quit about a year ago, and so we picked up a different guy named Keith Knapp who lives over in Raymore. So.
Oh, good. So, any more questions? There we go.
You said you, or Tom alluded to, when you got to Peculiar, outdated command structure. Is that basically what I heard? So you had to update it?
Well, there was basically no command structure.
Yeah.
There was the chief, a sergeant, and then a bunch of patrol officers, and that was it. So we installed a lieutenant position and then 2 sergeants, and so we have more of a proper command structure that we can delegate down to and not have to tell everybody everything face to face all the time, and tell
Good chain of
all that
command.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
And
And
did you get much pushback on that?
no, not at all. No, everybody was happy to have it.
The rank and file welcomed that.
Right. When I interviewed for the job, you know, a lot of people had asked, you know, as well, are you just going to bring everything Raymore does here? And I told them straight. I said, I think Raymore Police Department does a lot of things right. There's some things that I don't necessarily agree with, and might do wrong, and maybe I'll do those differently. But yes, I'm going to bring a lot of what Raymore does down here, and it's all I've known for 20 years, and so it seems to be working out pretty well. One big stark difference between Raymore and Peculiar is that we have the Ray-Peck school campus in our city, which a lot of people don't realize, but that doubles our daytime population. You know, we're just under 6,000 people now, and there's in a given day close to 6,000 people at that school campus.
Yeah.
So it doubles our daytime population. So we have 2 SROs from the Peculiar Police Department, one at the high school and one at the Success Academy, and then the sheriff's office provides a deputy for the South Middle School there. So 3 SROs for 6,000 people is not great, but that's what we got right now. So having to manage that has been a totally different animal for me.
Is there traffic on School Road a problem at all, or?
Has been up till now. One of the biggest problems we had with the school road traffic was that there was not enough in the traffic pattern of the parent pickup lines and the students in the school parking lot. The way they had it is that all the traffic spilled out on the school road and just created a stalemate. We've worked with them, and now the middle school kind of does a serpentine pattern behind the school to get all the traffic off their school road. And now with the start of the Performing Arts Center build out that they just started last week, all the other lines wind around into the student parking lot, so there's no spill out onto school road at all.
I saw the school district issue new driving
Right.
guidelines, so
Right.
they're working with you to.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, we have a very strong partnership with the school, and I think probably stronger than it's ever been.
I was down at a basketball game last Tuesday night, and they had this row of cones, I call it, there in front of the gymnasium. I figured that had something to do with the traffic pattern, but you couldn't cross the line. You had to go up and go around somehow.
Right. That's exactly what it is. The parent pickup line and the student line, they go in the far south entrance and wind all the way up and around those pylons, like what you're talking about. So that before we were only able to get about 40 cars in the parking lot in the parent pickup line. Now we can get close to 100. So that takes all that traffic off of school road.